Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how to talk to your crush. So the first thing that I want to get into is you want to be, whenever you're around someone that you really like, you have to be positive. You have to be happy, be in a good mood. And the reason why this is because if you're negative, if you're neurotic, if you're even sometimes, saying things that are a little bit nihilistic, it makes you come across as negative. And people tend to want to be around people that make them feel good. And if you feel bad and if you're saying things that could make other people feel bad about themselves or feel bad in general, just saying really negative things all the time, it's not going to make them attracted to you. It's not going to make them drawn to you. It's going to repel them basically. It's going to make them want to stay away from you because we tend to like to be with people that make us feel good. And this is something that I struggled with when I was a teenager, especially, but even it kind of filtered into my early adult years. And it was this idea of, if I'm broody, if I'm negative, if I, tell my crush my sob stories, that's going to make them like me. I used to think that was cool. I used to think that that's what you had to do. Like, you had to be, like, have this, make them feel bad for you in a way, right? Or just say really negative things to make you look cool and, really aloof and stuff like that. But all that does is repel them, right? It's not, and if you have a sob story and you get your crush to pity you, then at that current time, they're only feeling pity towards you. They only feel bad for you. They don't feel attracted to you. Someone can't feel attracted to you and pity you at the same time, right? So you want them to be attracted to you. You want them to want to be around you. So the best way to do that is to have a positive outlook. So even if you are going through struggles, even if you are going through a tough time, you have to find a way to put a positive twist on what's going on, right? So if, for example, you're having a conversation with your crush and something happens to come up that's quite negative. So for example, let's say, extreme case, let's say your mother is in hospital or someone you really care about is in hospital and they're not doing well, something, this could end in tragedy, allegedly, something like that, right? And if you're going through a really, really difficult time, like someone's in hospital that you really care about, and your crush comes up to you and goes, "Oh, are you okay? I'm really sorry to hear about your mum in hospital." The best thing for you to do is be like, "Oh, yeah, it's really tough right now. It does suck. But you know what? She's in the best place that she needs to be. She's got 24-hour care. She's got nurses and doctors that are at her side that are going to be able to help her. So even though, it's really a tough situation that I'm in right now, at least, there is some positive there and she's in the right place." So you have to find a way with your sob stories, with all the negative crap that's going on in your life, whatever it may be, no money, not a good job, you're being bullied, whatever it may be, you have to find a way to put a positive twist on it. Even if it is something like, "You know what, I'm going through a tough time. I don't really understand what's going on, but I know at some point down the road, I'm going to look back on this and realize that this was a situation that was going to make me stronger." So don't fall into the trap of thinking that being negative, acting depressive, or whatever it may be, just having just a negative thing to say is going to make them more attracted to you, because it's not. And even if they do, even your crush even has like a negative outlook as well, if you two are just sitting there just talking about how awful things are, out of that conversation, you're not going to feel good after that, and neither are they. So it's not going to make them attracted to you. You want to be able to attract your crush to you. So the best way to do that is to be positive, is to be someone who is uplifting and doesn't take themselves too seriously. And when when things do hit the fan, you have you can make it into something that's going to make you stronger. You can kind of like be like an alchemist in that kind of sense. Like you can turn bad situations into a positive and try and act like that. Even if you don't understand why it's happening to you now, you'll say something like, "Well, at some later point, I'm going to look back on this and I'll know that this was just something that I just needed to go through in order to grow, in order to learn." And if you can always do that, then that's going to be a real bonus. That's going to be a real good a positive, okay? And it's also going to make you look really mature as well, because people that tend to be negative have just kind of whining and complaining about their lives. it makes them seem immature, right? Obviously, sometimes, really bad things does happen, and if you're whining that your mum's in hospital, then in a way you do have a right to moan about that and to whine about it because it's a really tragic thing that's happening. But if you can put a positive spin on it, it's going to make you seem so much more mature and like you have a level head, right? So the next, if you want to talk to your crush, one of the best things that you can do, like, because obviously at this current time, you might not know if your crush likes you back. The best thing to do is just to get it over with and be direct and just ask them out. Just see when they're available to hang out with you. And that's what you say. You just say, hey, look, I think you're really cute. I'd really like to get to know you better. When are you available to hang out and meet up? Right? That's what you say to someone that you like, right? Because then it gets the ball rolling. Starts making things happen. You're not sitting there questioning, oh, do they like me? Because you'll have a direct answer. If they like you, they will say yes. They will tell you when they're available. You will meet out on a date with them if they like you because you've asked them out. And if someone doesn't like you, if your crush doesn't like you, they'll just say no thank you, or they may let you down a bit more gentler. Like, for example, they may say, oh, I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. And when someone says something to you like that all that means is they're not really wanting to be with you, which is okay. They're just trying to be a little bit more gentler about it. Because the truth is, attraction is not a choice. And that's a quote by David D'Angelo, who is another dating coach. Like, he puts it in such a way that's so important, right? Attraction isn't a choice. So if your crush doesn't like you, then don't take it personally because for whatever reason they just weren't into you. It's nothing personal. It's nothing about you, right? And we all have this kind of navigation system inside of us to see who we are attracted to. So, you might be talking to one of your buddies and you may be looking at someone and thinking, oh yeah, they're really good looking, they're really attractive. And your buddy next to you will say, what were you talking about? They're ugly. I would never date them if they were the last person on earth. They're just not my type. Because we all have people that we're attracted to and people that we're not attracted to. So, for example, if you're a guy watching this, there are going to be some women that you're attracted to, then there are going to be some women that you're not attracted to. And everyone has this. Everyone has that navigation system inside of them. And we can't help it. We can't help who we are attracted to. So if she or he is not attracted to you, 9 times out of 10, in fact, usually 10 out of 10 out of the times, right? It's a situation where they just can't help it. They can't muster up the feeling to feel attraction towards you because it's just not there. Mother Nature has already kind of done this for us. We all have this internal kind of like a barometer or navigation system that shows us who we are attracted to. And you'll be in a crowd one day looking at people, and be like, oh yeah, I really like that girl, or I really like that guy, but I don't like that one. We're all like that. So don't take it personally if they're not attracted to you and if they don't say yes to going out with you, okay? So if you are struggling with communication, because obviously this is a communication video, like how do you talk to your crush? If you're struggling with social anxiety and things like that, what you need to do is you need to get tougher. Right? But when it comes to communication, so a good thing you can study is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, because that's a great book on how to get people to like you via communication and how by just asking people questions can actually really make a conversation flow to a point where that person really likes you. So you have to check out that book if you haven't done so already. It's been around for ages, so I'm sure you can find a really cheap version of it on Amazon or a secondhand copy somewhere else. I'm sure you can find a really cheap version or just get it from your local library. And if you want to get practice in and get it better in talking to people, then you need to start going out and talking to people, making conversation, making general chit chat with people. It may be the case that you're really bad at communication to a point that you can't even look people in the eye. Well, if that's the case for you, the next time you go to a supermarket or you go and get your groceries or you go shopping, try at least to, when you're paying for something, look the cashier in the eyes and say thank you, say whatever it is that you need to say to them, look them in the eyes, be like that. And when that becomes more comfortable, start striking up conversations with people. And talking to people more, especially if you're like a student. Like, this is really beneficial if you're a student, because if you're on a campus or something like that, then there are going to be loads of people that you can just start talking to, strike up conversations with. Just get better at talking to people, approaching people, saying hello, asking them how their day is. And if you're scared, if you're worried that if I go up to a stranger, they're just gonna like be really mad at me, or they're gonna tell me to go away, if that does happen and you just happen to just go up to a stranger and just be like, hey, how are you? If they get all really weirded out by it, then, and they say something to you, just say, look, sorry, I was just wanting to make a conversation. Don't take it personally. And I understand if you don't want to chat, it's fine. And then you just walk away. You can even say to them, oh, just take it as a compliment. You just look really friendly and I just wanted to chat, but it's okay. And then you just walk away from that situation, right? People, but if you go up to people, like, I think the best kind of people to practice this kind of thing on is like people who are like old age pensioners, because they're usually really willing to talk to you. So if you start practicing on like people who are older, like way older first, that can really help. Like old people who stand at bus stops, or they're in the local coffee shop or something like that. Start by striking up conversations with those people, and then when you get better at that and you feel more confident doing that, then you can take it down to maybe people who are more your age and things like that. So that's how you can get better at talking to your crush, and how to talk to your crush, and what you should say and how you should behave. So thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to get in touch with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.